Take your wedding ring off, Mary. Meet me at the cemetery. I'm gonna mend your broken heart. Under all this egg and dart, there's something you need to know. Should have told you long ago when you and I were parted. Underneath this egg and dart, holding my heart, an area the size of Wales. There's a hole in my heart, an area the size of Wales.
It's just great. The love of football brings you all together. Your love of your country is even more important and strengthens everything. And you feel you're part of your nation, and you're proud of your nation abroad, not only what the boys do on the street, but our history. Superb.
But we're all family, all Welsh fans. 3, 5, 6,000 of us away, we're all family.
Hello Mary, I feel you near me. Kneel down low and listen clearly. I'm gonna tell you what you need to know. It breaks my heart, but I'm letting you go. So take off that wedding ring I gave you. Let them in, let someone save you from the cold and from the dark, from this endless egg and dart. Holding my heart, an area the size of Wales. There's a hole in my heart, an area the size of Wales.
Pnawn da, good afternoon and welcome to Colliers Park in Wrexham for today's Cymru Under-21 match, where they will play the Republic of Ireland for the first time in the Under-21 side's history. I'm Owen Harris, and joining me today on the co-coms is Lucy Scott. You might be aware of Lucy from the Wrexham live streams, but also the facility manager here at Colliers Park. How are you today, Lucy?
Really well, thanks Owen, and it's great to see the sun shining after some rain this morning. And I mean, we've got our own little rain shower going on at the moment from the sprinklers, but lovely day, and really excited to see both the teams in action, particularly obviously the Welsh team and some of the players who have moved up into the age group.
Obviously compliments to yourself and the ground staff as well for all the hard work. I mean, it's end of March, it's been a tough winter, but the pitch is looking great, yeah.
Yeah, it really is, and like you said, testament to the grounds team and all of the hard work that they put in, you know, all year round, not just obviously this week and the week leading up to it. But yeah, you know, the grass is looking great, and yeah, and considering it's had quite a bit of usage this week as well, it's looking in great condition. So hopefully that's reflected well on the stream as well.
So we'll just look at the starting 11 shortly, but first of all, you know, the players have been on camp all week here. We'll just play some quick interviews of some of the players' thoughts ahead of the game.
Níl fan ór pan di cael galwad, mae'n rwy'n mae pawb sy'n cael ei ddod eisiau wneud, a dwi wedi bod yn joio bydd yn ddias i fi dod.
Ti wedi bod mewn yn cwpl o dyddiau nawr, sut mae'r camp wedi bod? Sut mae'r bod ar bechgyn?
Ie, mae'r camp wedi bod yn da, mae'r bechgyn gyd yn dda, maen nhw gyd yn boes da, maen nhw wedi gwneud fi'n teimlo fel fi gallu siarad yn nhw a popeth, so mae'n dda, ie.
Ti'n edrych mlaen i'r gêm, di gwena?
Ie, dwi'n edrych mlaen, mae hwnna'n beth ti'n ymarfer na, mae'n pethau mwy pwysig, so fi'n edrych mlaen yn y gêm, ie.
Last time I came was in about 2019, so it's been a while, and I've first come back, so there's a few new lads as well getting to know as well, so it's kind of all of our first times coming back, so it's sort of like, it's been good, yeah, getting to know everyone again and back into training. I think it'll be a tough game. Obviously Ireland will be a strong opponent, like big side, like we'll be used to that side of football from over here. It won't be much too different from what we're used to in England, but yeah, for me personally, I'm really excited to put the shirt on again and hopefully get some good minutes in the game.
So there we go, the thoughts of Cardiff City midfielder Reuben Colwell and Leeds United wing back Niall Huggins. who recently had his Premier League debut for his club a few weeks back there ahead of this match. And we'll just have a quick look at the Cymru starting 11 as well. In goal, number 1 is Lewis Webb, playing a back 4 of Finn Stevens, Billy Sass-Davis, Morgan Boys and Eddie Jones. The centre of midfield will be Ryan Stirk and Terry Taylor. Out wide will be Niall Huggins along with Joe Adams. Putting pressure up top as well will be Sean Spence and Luke Jepcott. On the bench we have Nathan Shepherd, Jack Vale, Rhys Hughes of Everton, Ruben Colwell, Christian Norton of Stoke City, Sam Pearson, Lewis Collins of Newport County, Sam Bowen, son of former Cardiff City and Swansea City player Jason Bowen, Owen Beck and Ben Margetson, who's called up into the squad here this week. So there's 4 debuts in the starting 11 today, Lucy. We have Lewis Webb and Finn Stevens. What do you make of these 2 in training this week?
Yeah, I think both have been looking really sharp, and you know, in terms of at their clubs as well. You know, Lewis on the bench several times at Swansea, and keeping clean sheets as well. You know, previously for Cymru, and yeah, I think you know, just watching training, I just think overall that you know the team have been looking sharp, and as the week's gone on as well, you can very much see that, and a nice cohesion amongst the group as well with staff and players.
And also having the debuts alongside Lewis and Finn today, we have Eddie Jones and Billy Sass-Davis. So it's Eddie's first involvement in a Cymru team since the under-17s level around 4 years ago. He's currently playing for Stoke City, with a large contingent of Welsh internationals at the moment. And Billy Sass-Davis on his under-21 debut. He captained the under-19s in 2018, and hopefully he'll make an impact at centre-back today. So as we're waiting for the teams to come out, what are you hoping for today, Lucy?
I think it'll be a tough game. From seeing the Irish team, they've been training here this week too. Some big players within that Irish team, and it's going to be a tough challenge, I think. And but I think one that you know the Welsh players will step up to and relish. And I think it's just going to be a really tough battle. And like we said, the pitch is looking great, so it's ideal for ball on the floor type of football, and hopefully we'll be seeing that from both teams, but from the Welsh team in particular.
And as we wait for the teams, let's have a quick look at the Irish starting 11 as well. It should be appearing on your screen shortly. Quite a strong Irish side here. They have won 3 in their last 5 matches. I just hear the referee calling the teams out here, but it's Brian Maher in goal, Leo Connor the captain is number 2, Mason O'Malley, Mark Guinness and Luke O'Connell, Conor Noss, Jonathan Afolabi, Louis Watson, Will Ferry, and then it's Andrew Omobamidele and Alex Gilbert then finishing that starting 11. So we can see the teams are just ready to come out of the tunnel here. It's a lovely day in Colliers Park, and if you are watching, whether it's on the YouTube or the Facebook pages, don't forget to send us your comments. Let us know where you're watching from, what do you think of the game, and we'll give a shout out to some of those best comments as well throughout. So as you may be able to see just on the right hand side of the pitch, the Irish team are all ready to walk out to the pitch. The match officials are just reaching the halfway line as well. It's been a big week of international football, Lucy. I mean, a tough match out in Belgium for the senior team, but it's an exciting challenge tomorrow against Mexico. What will be Chris Gunter's 100th cap has been confirmed.
Wow, it's amazing. What a long standing servant to the national team in Chris Gunter. But yeah, very tough test on the other night against Belgium, and Wales started really well, and what a goal from Harry Wilson. You know, in terms of one-touch football, we couldn't have asked for a better start. And but you know, we knew that the quality in that Belgian team, and Kevin De Bruyne, you know, that was even without Hazard. Yeah, exactly. And just they almost hadn't even got out of first gear, I would say. But at least Wales, you know, had the toughest game first, and we always knew that as well. So, but good challenge tomorrow, definitely against Mexico.
And as we can see here, the Cymru under-21s led out by captain Terry Taylor, captaining the side for the first time. Just coming out of the tunnel here. The Irish going out to the far end due to the current climate and the COVID restrictions. So the anthems will be sung. The Republic of Ireland anthem going first, followed by My Hen Lad Fy Nadau.
Work our way down, yeah? Okay.
That's my hen lad Vanada ringing around Colliers Park here in Wrexham. And we'll just get the starting 11s back up on the screen here, just to go over them briefly before the match kicks off. Obviously in goal for Wales on his debut was Swansea City goalkeeper Lewis Webb, and in front of him was a back four of Finn Stevens, Billy Sass-Davis, Morecambe Boys and Eddie Jones, 3 of which are having their under-21s debut. In the centre of the park will be Ryan Stirk, and captain for the first time Terry Taylor. Out wide will be Niall Higgins and Joe Adams. Playing the attacking midfield role is Sean Spence, and in front of him is the on-form striker for Plymouth Argyle, Luke Jepcott. So Lucy, Luke Jepcott's been really on fire for Plymouth Argyle this season. He's had 16 goals. He could be quite a threat for us today.
Yeah, definitely, and fifth top goal scorer in that league. So on fire, and that's what you want with your strikers, full of confidence and in form. And like we said before, I mean the conditions are really good today. A little bit of wind, but yeah, hopefully this is a match that we can see goals in and see him thrive in.
And there we go. The referee has called up the captains, so Terry Taylor and Leo Corner to do the coin toss. Referee is John Jones from Wales. There will be a maximum of 6 substitutions allowed in the match. It's an official under-21 FIFA game, so those are the rules. And Lucy, it's a great facility here, but do you know a bit of the backstory of Colliers Park as well?
Yeah, definitely. So Colliers previously was Wrexham Football Club's training ground, and the university bought it a few years ago now, and it was in 2019 that the FAW went into partnership with the university here in Wrexham, Wrexham Glyndŵr, and so yeah, we've got a partnership with them, and they teach their football degree courses out of here. But historically, it has always been a football facility, and the name Colliers Park is because of the Gresford colliery, which is not too far away. And I'm sure many listeners will be aware of the colliery disaster, which happened previously. And underneath here, we do have the mine shafts that obviously are from Gresford colliery, not too far away. So very historical facility and site.
Yeah, it's a fascinating story and a bit of insight to the ground then, and hopefully it'll be the future to produce plenty of Welsh football talent as well coming through here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a facility that the North in particular has needed for a while, but as you can see here, all levels.
And there are players taking the knee here, both the Football Association of Wales and the Football Association of Ireland, saying no to racism. So it's Ireland kicking off, playing from left to right in their away white kit, and Wales from right to left in the all red jerseys. And the ball goes straight down to the left hand side there. It's Luke Jepcott in possession, and he straight on the ball there, and he wins an early free kick in seconds from that foul by Mark McGuinness. Ryan Stirk plays it across the right hand side to Finn Stevens. It's potentially a touch to forget for the 17-year-old on his debut, but he's a very confident. When we did some interviews with him in the week, he described himself as a leader, and I think he could be a key player going into this campaign, Lucy. Yeah,
definitely, and you can see that straight away. With the early signs. I mean, we're only 40 seconds in, and no nonsense as well. I like that about from.
Finn.
Was it from Finn? Sorry, just getting my list up in front of me. He's blowing all over the shop from Finn. Yeah, no nonsense football as well, which is what you need from your defenders.
What you probably don't see on the cameras at the moment is actually blowing a gale here in Wrexham. The sun's out, but the wind is quite strong, and Steve's on the ball again, taking the throw, and Terry takes it down the pitch, but it's headed away by McGuinness. As O'Malley tried to keep it in play, but it goes out for another throw as Wales build a territory here. So, Taylor couldn't quite get the pass back there to Finn. Ireland going into this, they went through the last 5, slightly unfortunate at the end of their previous under-21s campaign not to get a player spot to qualification, but very much like Wales, a lot of new faces in their squad today, and it's a great chance for both sides really ahead of the next qualifying campaign to see some players and test what would work for them.
Yeah, absolutely, and particularly because it has been obviously a very challenging year for the players, and you know, a lot of stop-starting and uncertainty. So yeah, I think it's been great that they've been able to have a full camp this week with this game at the end, and like you said, gain some momentum going into the June fixtures.
Ireland just playing the ball around the back here. Corner, the captain tries to find the ball on the right hand side, but it's dealt by Morgan Boys. Boys playing centre back today, his usual role, playing sort of left back, right back position, but due to a couple of changes in the squad, well, the main ones was Brandon Cooper being called up to the senior squad, and he's been an ever-present face in the 21s for the last campaign. It's great to see him being called up, Lucy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what a fantastic experience, and hopefully he can, you know, be involved in particularly tomorrow. You know, obviously a friendly against Mexico. But yeah, what a fantastic experience, and I'm sure one that, you know, will really help his development long term.
Stevens plays it to Terry Taylor. Plays it back to Lewis Webb, the Swansea City goalkeeper, previously of Merthyr Town. Sass Davis looks to play it long, but it's intercepted by McGuinness, who's been quite a presence so far in these opening periods in the heart of the Republic of Ireland defence. But I thought it was a bit unfortunate there for Luke Jepcott. Tried to take the ball off on Mobamidele, but referee called it a foul. Played to the top by the Irish. It's Afolabi, but couldn't quite find a teammate with that pass there. It's Sass Davis and Stevens look to settle things down for Cymru. Played out wide to another Ryan Stake there. Eddie Jones, the other debutant. Back to Joe Adams to Stake, and unfortunately with that long ball, trying to find Luke Jepcott on the flank. Tries it again, and just goes out for a throw in. Quite even opening a few minutes, Lucy. It's hard to sort of divide the two teams at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit conditions based, I think, a little bit scrappy, in that neither team can really get hold of the ball just yet. But as expected, I think that, you know, both teams will try and just settle now into this match and try and get hold of the ball a little bit more.
Having a quick look at the comments on Facebook and YouTube here. We've a few fans, some from Wales, some from the Republic of Ireland, and one even commented from Denmark. So Stephen Hutchins, hope you're all well out there. O'Malley tries to switch it across the back to McGuinness. Driving the ball forward, passes to Leo Corner, his captain. Ireland struggling to break down Wales at the moment. I think quite a high line at the moment, but it's causing Ireland some pressure as they're forced back to play to the goalkeeper Brian Maher. McGuinness on the ball again. I think he's touched it more than anyone so far in this opening period. Eddie Jones deals with that ball well. Joe Adams looks to attack on the left hand side, tries to find Luke Jepcott. Jepcott is in possession on the left hand side. Jepcott drills it in, but it's cleared by McGuinness for the first corner of the match, and he's been finding some space there in these opening 5 minutes, Lucy.
Yeah, definitely, and it was just as you were saying there about Ireland struggling to break Wales down because of the high press from the front, and then that space created in just in front of Wales there, and no, it was a really good link-up play, and actually this week we've seen them work quite a lot on that as well, so that was really good to see.
It's one of the best feelings for a football manager. Paul Bodin would be delighted there, seeing something that they've tried on the training ground pay off.
Absolutely.
Taylor takes the corner, looking the far to Morgan Boys, but Mark McGuinness, clearly one of the tallest players on the pitch by a country mile, managed to head that out to play. Stevens on the right hand side for Wales. Looking for options. A sea of Irish shirts here at the moment, but finds Sean Spence back to Stevens. Taylor couldn't quite keep that in play. Louis Watson looks to take it quick, but his team is advising him just to take a second and slow down play here. Just in corner, going in there deep, Lucy. Morgan Boyd, probably one of the tallest players in the Wales team. couldn't quite connect to it though, could he?
Yeah, it was a really good ball in, but to be honest, I think the wind seemed to carry it a little bit, and like you said, coming up against one of the tallest players on the pitch, tactically probably better to target some of the shorter Irish players, but it was a good corner in.
Stevens trying to eye up his options here on the throw-in, looking for Jeffcott, but only goes as far as Mason O'Malley. Taylor cleans it up well there, finds Eddie Jones in space on the left hand side, plays it even wider again to Joe Adams, takes a touch and he draws in the foul well there. Joe Adams sort of forced Lee O'Connor to make the push there, and it's another free kick for Wales. So the wind is blowing here and it's a great cross ball, and unlucky for Niall Huggins there, couldn't quite connect to that, but great vision from Morgan Boys on the left hand side there. I don't think many people would have spotted that one.
Absolutely, that would have been a great ball again, where that was right in front of us, and the wind really did carry that. But great vision from Morgan Boys there, and nice switch of play.
O'Malley tries to play into a more central position, is cleaned up by Eddie Jones. Only as far as Afolabi. Afolabi tries to play it in there, but unfortunately couldn't quite connect to Alice Gilbert, and it's an easy ball to pick up for Lewis Webb. Sass Davis tries to play it through the centre of the park, and it ends up through everyone to his opposite number. Blasts it up the pitch, but you can see the wind quite obvious there once the ball's in the air, and Sean Spence does very well, but couldn't quite keep hold of possession in the centre of the park as Ireland play it out wide. It's Will Ferry in possession, tries to zip it in, but Finn Stevens, right time, right place, and forces it out for the Irish throw. Play back to O'Malley. The ball eventually ends up in Welsh possession, and Ryan Stake cleans it up well there, cool, calm and collected on the edge of the Welsh box. Stevens heads it away once again. There he goes. Cornwall keeps it in, but loses possession in the process. The wind's definitely taking effect here, Luce, isn't it? With the looking at the ball in the air, it's going everywhere slightly at the moment.
Definitely, and I think we were talking about before, just about ball on the floor. It can be more key at the moment, just because anything in the air really is just being carried, and it's a little bit of a uncertain bit of a free for all. So I think whichever team can almost get the ball into feet more is definitely going to see more success. And I suppose both managers are probably hoping that the wind does die down, and that unfortunately is one of the challenges of the site, because it is so rural that actually we are very open, and wind can be a factor here.
However, talk with the facilities, a great comment here from John Boyle, just complimenting how it's looking on the cameras. So it's obviously shining in this spring sunshine here today, as Ireland look to press into the final third, but they're forced back to the centre backs, and however, they're in possession now, pushing forward as Connell plays it out, and it's eventually gone out wide, but it's an offside there. I believe it was Alice Gilbert caught by the Welsh offside trap.
That was a really good ball down from Luca Connell, though. Slightly, I think Alex Gilbert, as you were saying, did drift slightly offside there, but good vision there from Connell.
I think looking at how tight the opening period has been so far, I think those half chances are going to be key for both sides, aren't they?
Definitely, and yeah, you go back to the early Wales corner, good ball in, and actually, it's not. I'm not saying it was half a chance, because obviously McGuinness dealt with the ball, but I think that set pieces could be key, and they may be few and far between.
It's forced back to Mayher here, and the Irish look to reset. Guinness in possession once again. Should look for the options as he plays the ball forward. It's Gilbert again on the right hand side, but it's forced out for a Welsh throw. Ryan Stirk in possession here. Made his under 21 debut in the last campaign for Paul Bodin's side, and he was in their 1-0 win against Belgium. It's Niall Huggins looking to attack in the edge of the box. Huggins, he's got the footwork, he's found the place with Adams, and it's 1-0 Wales. Great play there by Niall Huggins, linking up to Joe Adams, made no mistake with the first time finish, and we're 11 minutes in, and it's Cymru 1, Republic of Ireland 0. What do you make of that then, Lucy? It's a great build-up play, Niall Huggins fast-footed on the right-hand side, and a great vision to find his teammate Joe Adams there.
Yeah, absolutely. That diagonal ball, I was watching that and then try not to scream too loudly then, because at first I thought I think was it Terry Taylor in front of it, Niall Huggins in front of us. I thought he'd overrun it. We did really well to gain control back and play that ball across, and what a great finish. I mean, yeah, I was from the back, from the diagonal ball to the finish, what a great team goal that really was. So, and I think Wales deserve it based on that.
What the fans watching probably don't see is we're watching the match at eye level here, and to spot Joe Adams in that sort of, in that Irish defence was great vision by Huggins. Yeah,
definitely, and I can't remember who it was. There was a Wales player right in front of me. I think I thought, it just overhit that, but then, like you said, with I think it was Joe Adams, did you say, running Joe in behind? So yeah, what a great Wales goal.
And there we go, it's Cymru 1-0 up after just before the 12-minute mark there. Joe Adams hit the back of the net, and it's a good lead to have as Ryan Stirk looks, passes it to the scorer Joe Adams. He's looking for his teammates on the right hand side as he switches with Finn Stevens, who gets a bit unlucky with the bounce there. So the Irish look to get the ball straight away. As it'll be interesting to see how they respond to that. Then the early Wales goal is key at sort of age group level, how you pick up after conceding like that sometimes.
Yeah, definitely, and straight away I think Wales almost seem to have a bit more of a spark in terms of their, you can see they look more confident straight away, and it'd be interesting to see how Ireland do respond. And but just going back, you can see, because obviously Huggins is right in front of us, but you can see that diagonal ball is on regularly, and he's looking for it as well. So I think we'll be seeing that quite a lot in the game today.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Paul Bodin's side look to exploit the space here. I'm sure it's something they've been practicing in abundance during the week of training sessions here at Colliers Park.
It looks like we definitely want to utilise width, just looking at how Wales are set up.
And it's the type of players we've got as well. And we've got Huggins and Adams. We've got enough pace on those sides as well. But also Finn Stevens and Eddie Jones, they've got the energy to run up
through
and
the middle
flanks all day as well. So it's plenty of options on the attack here.
Yeah.
It's a great little ball out to Eddie Jones. He looks to hit it early into the box. Looks for Luke Jepcott. Goes on. Unlucky for Niall Huggins there. Couldn't quite get the touch. The ball probably came to him quite last second there. He's maybe hoping Jepcott would get a touch on it.
Yeah, I think he actually thought Jepcott was going to get a touch on. I think you're right. And then you can see the pre-match water has helped the ball kind of kick off the grass there and just run away from Huggins. But again, the momentum seems to have definitely swung in Wales' favour at the moment.
Look on the left-hand side, but it's no pun intended, it is a red wall at the moment, this Welsh defence. They're doing a great job of keeping them at bay. There's a bit of pressure there on Luke O'Connell, on Niall Huggins as well. They're desperate to get that possession back, aren't they, when they're off the ball loose?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said early on, that high press from the front, it's forcing Ireland to go long early, and we're dealing with those balls quite comfortably at the moment from the back. With that, earlier opportunity coming for Ireland with the drifting offside, but similar, I suppose, to the Wales goal. That's probably how the goals are going to come.
Yeah, but both teams sort of quite a similar game plan here, looking to play it out wide, and it's a foul there on Terry Taylor by Will Ferry, and Wales look to play quick straight away on the switch there. That's what we like to see. Eddie Jones looks for Joe Adams. Here's it back to Jones. Going to play Adams on the flank. It's Jepcott, great little touch there. Unfortunate, couldn't quite get it through to Joe Adams. Pressure straight on Mayo, plays it back, and ball straight back in Wales' possession. It's a great little, deft little header by Ryan Stirk to give him half a yard of space. Goes a long way in that centre of the park when the pressure's being piled on you. But it's Ireland on the attack here. Corner Noss looking to drive his side forward, but stopped straight away by Eddie Jones there. Firm tackle by the Stoke City left back.
That was a great tackle, and also great chasing there from Ryan Stirk. He didn't want to let the Irish player get away from him there. But yeah, brilliant tackle there by Eddie Jones.
Playing it across the back here, looking to play on the left hand side. It's a bit unfortunate. Just gone out of touch there, that ball by Mason O'Malley. Otherwise, I think Will Ferry could have threatened the Welsh defence of Finn Stevens there. So we are 16 minutes into the match. If you are watching, drop us a comment, tell us where you're watching from, your thoughts on the match so far. It's Cymru under 21s are 1-0 up at the moment thanks to Joe Adams' goal, just short of the 12-minute mark, and it's been a good game here so far, Colliers Park in Wrexham, Lucy.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, definitely, and it's been good to see both sides, and Wales do seem to have settled better into the game out of the two, and more confident now with the ball at their feet. And but yeah, no, it's been a good level.
Wales look calm in possession here. Morgan Boys looking down that right hand side. It's a great little header on by Finn Stevens. He's going in again. His target. Oh! Couldn't quite connect to that. I think he might have been looking for Sean Spence, who was driving into the box, but very unlucky that connection. But again, it's that right hand side, Lucy. We're really posing a threat down here, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. Another great ball there from Morgan Boys, and this time in front of us, I think it was Finn Stevens, wasn't it? Yeah,
Stevens, and Brentford full-back.
Yeah, and Huggins was just on the inside. I'm not sure if Huggins was trying to shoot them, but if he could have pulled that ball in across. I think it was Spence was running into the box. So, but again, utilising that diagonal ball, and why not? It's been so successful.
And it's good to see Sean Spence here playing a sort of attacking midfield role today. Played a similar type sort of role against Moldova and Germany back in November for the U21, and he really impressed, I thought, in those two games as well. So recently signed for Crystal Palace. It'll be good to see what the boy from Barry can do here today.
That was a difficult campaign as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of tough games for them there, and it did finish on a high though. It was a 3-0 win at home against Moldova, and a really good performance against the Germany side, who are in the finals this week, and if they go through again in May.
Very tough Germany side.
2-1 loss then. It could have gone either way at some point. Wales were making plenty of chances, and you can see there sort of some of those players coming through. You know, you got Brandon Cooper's recently called up to the senior squad. Regan Poole doing well for Lincoln City. Liam Cullen's doing really, really well for Swansea City. He's been a bit unfortunate with an injury, which has ruled him out the rest of the season. But I'm sure there's plenty of names there that we'll see shine through for both club and country over the coming years.
And it's been great to have the 21s up in the north playing at the racecourse and training here. So hopefully we'll be seeing more of the 21s qualifying games in particular.
Yeah, so it's a great historic stadium for Welsh football, and of course for the club as well. It's quite a bizarre but exciting time, I think it's fair to say, for them at the moment.
Absolutely, definitely.
It's O'Malley on the ball. Plays it on the back to Ahmed Bindeli. Ireland looking to play it down the right hand side, but it's dealt well there by Eddie Jones. So Lucy, you have had some international games here before, and Cymru Cup games, haven't you?
Yes, we've hosted the Cymru Cup, the Victory Shield, and also a UEFA development tournament, which I believe Ireland were in. So Northern Ireland, we've obviously had the England, Scotland, obviously Wales, and Northern Ireland as well.
The Victory Shield.
Within the Victory Shield. And yeah, that UEFA, I'm just trying to remember the other country. I think it was not Greece. God, my memory's blanked. We've COVID, a year of COVID just wiped me out.
Year of COVID.
But yeah, no,
it's a great ball in by Taylor, but unlucky there, couldn't quite reach Sean Spence. It's interesting bringing up the Victory Shield. I mean, a number of these players have won the Victory Shield. You know, Ryan Stake, Sean Spence, Sam Bowen off the bench as well. You know, they played in a team then who had Ethan Ampadu, likes of Rabi Matondo, Brandon Cooper, Ben Cabango, have all gone up to the seniors. So, you know, when you got those games here, you never know which one of those players could end up breaking through as well.
Yeah, definitely, and it just shows you along that pathway how important all the age groups are, and events such as the Cymru Cup and the Victory Shield, and I think I've seen some photos where you say about Ethan Ampadu and all, you know, Aaron Ramsey, the players coming through over the years, which is obviously amazing to see. And so yeah, it's going to be good to see how many of these players do progress up to the seniors as well.
Ball's played out wide there. Eddie Jones looking for options. Trying to find Luke Jepcott. I think it's quite an obvious push there by Mark McGuinness, but that's what Luke Jepcott does. He gets himself in those positions, and it gives chances for Wales then with the set plays.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, in a dangerous area. Be interesting to see, is this a training ground set piece that we're going to see, or is it going to be a shot? Or but yeah, no, Luke Jepcott did really well there, getting his body in between McGuinness and the ball, and almost drawing that foul as well, because for McGuinness to get the ball, he's got to go through the player. So no, he's done well there.
That's what he's been doing for Plymouth Argyle all season. 5th top goal scorer in League One with his 16 goals. Free kick. Taylor looks to take that, drills it into the Irish wall. It's Sass Davis. What can he do in the right hand side? He wins the corner, and it's calm and collected there by Sass Davis. It's not usual you see a centre back trying to play ball in either.
I was just about to say, did really well there, considering, you know, centre half, and I thought he might have pulled back there to Huggins, but no, he did really well to win that corner from a difficult position, you know, trying to cross on the turn. He did really well.
Corner on the right hand side for Wales. Ryan Stake plays a shot to Finn Stevens straight from the training ground. Stevens knocks her in. Look for the options, headed away by McGuinness. He's been everywhere in that box for the Republic of Ireland. And Eddie Jones just settles things down there as Wales look to reset to go on the next attack. Huggins on the right hand side, screaming in possession here. Goes to Stevens, the right back. Plays it back to Lewis Webb. It's great to see over 2,500 people watching the stream with us at the moment. It's with 24.5 minutes here at Colliers Park. It's Wales 1, Republic of Ireland 0. Luke Jepcott couldn't quite get to that as Meher comes out to his box to clean up. It's a bit of a physical challenge there by Morgan Boyce on John Afolabi. The ref says play on.
Meyer did well just going back there to deal with that ball, because it's quite difficult when he's having to chest it, so he did really well then.
With the wind as well.
With the wind.
That could have gone
and
anywhere,
sun. Yeah, right, yeah. Sun in his eyes.
Don't see it often these days, a goalkeeper in a baseball cap. You wouldn't blame him if he did that today, would you?
No, I wouldn't at all, actually, because it is right in his eye. It's probably not too central just yet, but obviously the sun is going to keep moving, so might be that Lewis Webb needs a cap when they change ends.
Whether you're watching at home, working from home, in the office with this on a second screen, or you've just finished watching Mark Drakefull's statement about the current state of Wales of COVID-19, just drop us a comment and let us know how your afternoon's been going.
Where's the furthest watcher we've got, Owain?
What's that, sorry?
Where's the furthest watcher we've got? I know you mentioned
I've seen one
Belgium.
from Denmark.
Oh,
earlier.
Denmark, sorry, yeah.
Obviously we've got a few from Ireland and a few from Wales, but yeah, let us know where you are watching from, and it'd be interesting to see people from all across the world watching the Wales under-21 side this afternoon. Nice comment here from Rhys Ivan. Great to see some international football being played at my home village in Gresford.
Oh, amazing.
Ireland on the left hand side here again, once again forced back by this it's been very solid, well shape so far, hasn't it, Lucy? Yeah,
it has. They've been very structured within their shape, and again, it's what you'd expect at the end of a week-long camp as well, where they've trained here, been on the pitch all week, and haven't had to travel to play the game, and which sometimes can happen, obviously, travelling and training, then travelling to play a game. So yeah, it's what you'd expect, and I know. Well, I think that's something Paul will have been focusing on all week.
Ireland looking to play the ball into the box is threatening. That's a great challenge, but Ryan Stake to win the ball back, and Wales look to counter. Joe Adams, and he really did force the foul there from Alex Gilbert. It could be the first booking of the match here from the referee, as Joe Adams really showed his pace there, and I think he could have been a bit of a threat there if Gilbert hadn't forced the foul.
Yeah, I mean, it was a counter-attack, wasn't it? And I'm not sure if we've seen a yellow yet, but he definitely a talking to. And Wales just did really well all the way from, as you said before, Ryan, the red wall of defence. You're not getting through type of mentality to that break with Joe Adams. And, I mean, it was a foul on purpose to stop that break, wasn't it? And referee rightly so.
We've got viewers from Brecon, Cardiff and Barbados on the comments this afternoon, so it's good to see people from both the south and the north of Wales watching the stream here today. Ireland just trying to find a bit of a gap in this sort of Welsh shape at the moment. Louis Watson, the number 10's been he's been forced to play alongside the centre backs probably a bit more than he wants to at the moment.
Yeah, probably, but it's that high press, isn't it? Forcing pressure and forcing the Irish to go long as well. And we haven't really seen too much through the centre of the park, really, and that is partly due to the width of Wales, and as you said before, Owain, in terms of the strength of the players that we've got in those positions, utilising that, and so I think that's we're just trying to put that pressure on from the front, and particularly in conditions like this, mistakes are going to come just because of the uncertainty of the wind.
And that ball's flying in there, and so it's on the edge of the box there, a bit Maher, but the rest Wales play on. You talk about the wind there. That free kick from Morgan Boyce just travelled a bit, didn't it?
Yeah, there have been a couple of times when Maher's almost seems confident, doesn't he? He's not afraid to come out of his box and deal with those long balls. But again, that does seem to be a little bit of a tactic from the Welsh point of view, as well as that diagonal ball. But that ball in behind too, utilising pace. I'm not sure whether you can hear, but our papers are flying everywhere.
Apologies for hearing some ruffling noises. The wind's picked up even more here again, so our notes are going flying at the moment. But Morgan Boyce in possession as he plays across to Eddie Jones. Boyce is the joint top under-19s cap record holder for Wales, alongside Sambo and the Cardiff City midfielder who's on the bench today. Talk about that age group, I think they were very unfortunate last year, obviously due to the COVID pandemic. Their under-19 elite round was cancelled, so I'm sure players like the age groups, the 19s moving up, they'd be delighted to see football starting to come back in a safe way here again.
Yeah, definitely, and I think a year in now, I think football and elite sport is at a place where a year in, in terms of, as you said, Owain's, safely returning, or those COVID-19 protocols in place are very much a part of life at the moment. So you don't want to see, particularly for the younger age groups, you don't want to see players missing a year or 2 years out of their development by just not playing at all. So yeah, like you said, I think a lot of players in particular will be really pleased that they can compete and train.
Talking about the age groups, you've got another match on the live streams for you Monday. It'll be at midday kickoff, this time coming from Leckwith Stadium in Cardiff. It'll be the under-18's first match in over 20 years when the Rob Edwards' side will be taking on England. So that'll be a really tough game for them, Lucy.
Yeah, nice way to ease in. England historically have always had strong players coming through the age groups and a big pool to pick from as well, in comparison to Wales being a much smaller nation. But it's one of those, what a great challenge, and how exciting for all the players, and also for Rob as well to lead and manage that team.
Yeah, two exciting games here on the FAW channels today and Monday for you, so make sure you tune into that one as well. hopefully the sun will stay, but the wind will disappear by then.
We want the wind to disappear today.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it going to half time, that would be great. Shout out here from Walter, who's watching from Waterford in Ireland, saying it's where their captain Leo Connor is from.
Ah, so brilliant.
Interesting fact about the Irish contingent there. So, the ball goes out on the right hand side for an Ireland throw in. Captain O'Connor is looking for the options here. Forced back to McGuinness in the centre of the park. Plays it back to his centre-back partner, Omar Bamidele. It's testing through ball there to Louis Watson, and he's won a free kick in a good spot there. Watson forced a foul from captain Terry Taylor, and that's where Watson wants to be, though, isn't it? I know a few minutes ago he's playing deeper with his centre-backs, but gave him a chance up top, and he's creating these sort of chances for the Irish.
Yeah, definitely. And you can see, almost the reverse of Huggins, what he's been doing here in front of us, and it's that pace and drawing that foul in a dangerous position as well. So this is I would say probably one of the first real chances for the Irish if they can get a good ball into the box now.
Free kick's taken. It's a far one. It's a decisive header away there by Eddie Jones, and I tell you what, he's had a great debut so far, the Stoke City left back.
Yeah, really good debut, and some really good tackles on that left hand side, and also his the attacking side as well, and creativity over there too. But yeah, no, you wouldn't, from watching, you wouldn't know it was his debut. He didn't look nervous, seems to settle really well into the game.
Played his last Wales game in 2017 for the under-17, so it definitely does look like it's been 4 years since he's been involved in the setup. It's taken to like a duck to water today a bit.
Yeah, exactly, and the same for all of the debutants really. I wouldn't say any of them are looking nervous or I think they're all looking confident, like I said, and yeah, hopefully enjoying wearing the Welsh shirt as well.
No better place to be on a Friday afternoon than watching a Welsh international on a sunny March day. Obviously, exciting moments in the senior team tomorrow with Chris Gunter's 100th cap, and he was once, in the under 21s, played 19s, played 17s, so you never know who could break through here from the squad here today. Yeah, definitely, and what a great role model Chris Gunter is, and a great career, for club and country, and yeah, that's got to be the ultimate goal for the players in here, that they do progress up to the senior team, and that's where opportunities, like Brandon moving up this week, they're just invaluable, and it would have been great to obviously have Brandon here playing today as well, and for the team, but what an experience and what an opportunity, and yeah, like you said, hopefully we'll be seeing some of these players progressing up to the seniors, and it's nice to see as well that there is some depth, in the age groups as well, and you kind of look into the future and you can see players progressing up. It's good as well, obviously, with Brandon's call-up. It's really nice to see the players commenting on his post announcing, saying good luck Brandon, great news. There's a real togetherness. You see it in the senior squad quite often, but you also see it in the age groups here as well, don't you?
Yeah, very much so, and obviously the FAW's motto is together stronger, and it's you don't want to see any kind of almost jealousy or anything like that amongst players. I think everyone genuinely wants the best for each other, which is fantastic, and you can see it from the seniors down, the men and the women. They love being on camps, they love playing together, they look forward to it, and I just think that very much togetherness is a huge strength for such a small country, that we are population wise and size wise.
Yeah, it's certainly exciting times for Welsh football. Population of 3 million, Euro 2016 semi-finalists, and about to head into next major championship. So plenty for fans to be excited about in the coming months.
And it's great to see as well. It's not just the players; it's players and staff as well. Very much one unit. We've very much seen that this week. With the camp in, and it's not kind of players are separate to the staff or anything like that. It's very much a collective and one, which is great.
It's a soft ball there by Sastays, but Finn Stevens does remarkably well to win the possession of Will Ferry. Guinness not giving Jeff got much of a chance to win the ball up in the air there. Huggins looking for some space. Oh, he's great footwork there by the Leeds United. He normally plays wing back for Leeds, but he's playing more of a right wing position today, and not just the goal, he has threatened quite a bit, hasn't he? Yeah,
he has definitely, and we've said Huggins is right in front of us, so obviously we can see him better than some players on the pitch. But yeah, no, he has done really well, and even then just cutting inside and calmly playing the ball back to I think it was to Boys, and so yeah, no, he's done really well.
Made his Premier League debut for Leeds United last month, and he was talking in the press about how he felt marking Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, which is it's a bit of a feat considering he's one of the best players in the Premier League at the moment.
Yeah. Aubameyang's had an interesting season, really, hasn't he, in terms of at Arsenal, but I mean, what a moment to be marking Aubameyang, and what an amazing experience, and I'm sure one that he'll obviously always remember. But it's great to see that he has progressed into that Leeds first team as well.
His teammate Tyler Roberts is in the senior squad, and may take part in the match against Mexico tomorrow, as the ref waves away the penalty appeal there from Alice Gilbert. The ball goes back, and Mahed as well, just to deal with that. He's really pushing out to his box a bit, isn't he? He's enjoying this sweeper keeper role.
Yeah, as we said before, very much so, and very confident. Sometimes you see some keepers who kind of don't want to come off their goal line, and especially when you want them to. But yeah, no, he seems almost like that Edison style of keeper, isn't he? Not afraid to come out of his box.
It's Wales throw-in as we're near the 39-minute mark. If you are just joining us, Cymru are 1-0 up against the Republic of Ireland. It's an early Joe Adams goal, just around the 12-minute mark, and I think Paul Bodin, if they can hold on for the next few minutes, maybe create a few more chances, you'll go in at half-time quite happy. Yeah,
I'd say so. I think Wales probably, for me, edge having the better half. I think they in the middle, around the time of the goal, seem to be the better team, but to be honest, I think overall it's been quite a scrappy half, with neither team able to really retain possession for too long. Again, though, as we said, partly conditions, and as we said, there are quite a few debutants, and I suppose as well, it's at the end of a training camp week as well. But I think you're right.
There's a chance. Is he in? Huggins? That's great defending there by Omar Bamidele. There's it's a testing ball by Terry Taylor, and he's quite unfortunate. But yeah, the conditions are definitely playing a part here, aren't they? But
I think you're right, though. I think Paul Bodin will go in the happier of the two managers, and again, just seeing that ball in behind as well, which we've seen a few times, and definitely along the floor, considering how tall McGuinness and Omar Bamidele are.
Yeah, it's two strong centre backs there, so Luke Jepko's got his work cut out up front on his own. So, Huggins on the right hand side looking to drive forward again, and he ends up being the ball taken away by Will Ferry, but eventually goes out for a Republic of Ireland throw in. He has been a threat for the first half, hasn't he, Huggins, on this right hand side?
Yeah, he really has, and like you said, really kind of he's hugged the hugged the touchline in front of us as well, which has forced O'Malley to stick with him.
Forced back to Maher again, plays it to McGuinness. Luke O'Connell comes in from the centre midfield, plays a testing ball off the right hand side by Alice Gilbert. It's the second time offside, but he's trying to find the space there, isn't he? He's sort of replicating what Huggins is doing here. He's just narrowly offside. It's a good trap by the Welsh defence.
Yeah, it is, and you've said it about the forwards and the front line, but actually our back line are playing that high press or high line position as well. So I think there's been 2 or 3 times that Ireland on that side have been caught offside. So.
Here we go now. Joe Adams on the left-hand side, looking to attack. Scorer weighing up his options. Plays it back to Jones. To Stick. Back to Jones. Couldn't quite find the space there, and it ends up going out for a Welsh throw. Huggins coming into the centre of the park, but he goes for Sean Spencer as the option. Taken away by McGuinness, but it's a strong challenge in by Ryan Stick. I'd say it's been fairly even possession-wise so far, though, Lucy. But both teams getting enough and fair share of the ball.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it has been pretty even overall, and just Wales being that little bit more creative. Obviously, the opportunity that led to the goal. Other than that, there hasn't really been any clear-cut chances, and Lewis Webb hasn't been tested, and Maher really, other than the goal, hasn't really neither been forced to make a save other than the goal. So I think that's something, that a message from both managers at half-time. But going in as Wales, you're 1-0 up. For me, it's kind of don't go crazy, don't go wild, because as we talked about, the conditions do make it that little bit tougher.
Yeah, and obviously the wind direction will change for both sides. They switch ends, and
the sun
as well. Yes, and Ireland on the attack here, looking for a final chance, but it's straight into the hands of Lewis Webb. It's a good ball there by Afolabi, but comfortable for the Swansea City goalkeeper.
And that's because I said Lewis Webb hasn't had to make a save yet, although just a cross-in. But
we need in the half-time, just a reminder that both teams are allowed 6 substitutions in this match, so we could end up seeing slightly different sides coming out for the second half here, Lucy.
Yeah, and you might expect it, I suppose, earlier from Ireland, particularly if they stay 1-0 down. If you're Paul Bodin, you would think, keep, why change something that's working, and you'd try and preserve the 1-0 lead, and maybe when there are tired legs later in the match, that's when you bring on your subs, or perhaps if we go to 1-1, or depending on how the scoreline goes.
Not expecting too much in terms of injury time here. Can't recall seeing any physios on once, but been a free-flowing game of football so far, though.
Yeah, and actually, to be fair to the referee and the officials, it hasn't been stop-start at all, and sometimes that can actually ruin football, can't it, when spending more time stopping, getting the ball, and it has been very free-flowing.
It's Eddie Jones on the left-hand side. Adams dispossessed in the centre of the park as Luke O'Connell looks to drive his side forward, and he tries to find the number 10, Louis Watson, out wide, but the touch goes straight into Morgan Boyes' feet. Boyes trying to find some options, but plays it across to Sass Davis. Finds Terry Taylor in the hole to Stirk, straight back to Boyes. Comfortable in possession in past here, Lucy, aren't they? The Welsh hope to see more of this in the second half as well.
Yeah, definitely, and I think I'm quite content to just play down the clock now until half time. But yeah, I think, as we said, this is going to be key. Ball on the floor, ball into feet, and that is the tougher ball to win.
For possession, but it's a bit unfortunate. I think it's more the handball the ref might have blown up for then, rather than it's got a physical battle between Spencer and Omar Bamidele, but it's half time here then as John Jones blows up, and it's been a good first half for Wales so far. 1-0 up in the lead thanks to a great Joe Adams goal, driving pressure from Niall Huggins, and the first touch finished by Adams. And on the half time mark is Cymru 1, Republic of Ireland 0.
Lewis Webb, goalkeeper, Swansea City.
Sam Pearson, forward, Bristol City. Niall Huggins, right back, Leeds United.
Lewis Collins, winger, and Newport Kenny.
Finley Stevens, I play right back, and I'm from Brent.
Ruben Colwell, Cardiff City, midfielder / winger / striker.
Fast, positive and lively.
Fast, technical and hard-working.
Fast, attacking, skillful.
Skillful, powerful, attacking.
Loud, physical, passionate.
Hard working, I'd say, aggressive, and a leader.
Qualifying for the elite rounds of the under-19s and keeping 2 clean sheets.
Probably my 21s debut for Wales against Albania away in a friendly in 2019.
First goal for Wales under 19s level against San Marino up in Bangor. It was freezing cold that night and we qualified for the elite, so brilliant.
My best memory was scoring my first international goal against Poland for the under 19s.
Adams into the box, Adams out past his man, and he's in! He's the second of the match, he's onside, and it's Sam Pearson, and a great counter-attacking goal by Wales.
Has to be the games, all the boys together trying to get the win.
Playing for your country and meeting new people.
Just being around the lads, training every day, new environment, obviously it's very, very professional.
It's good to be meeting up with boys that I've spent the past few years with, and obviously it's good to play for your country.
Just all of the training for me, it's quite different to what we do back at Leeds, so it's good to have a different variety of training to what I'm used to.
The boys, I love seeing all the boys. It's such a tight-knit group, and no matter who comes in, they're always lads, and it's nice to have new faces around as well.
Ultimately, my coming out experience when playing football was an extremely negative one. There's no other way to put it, unfortunately. I'd been playing football pretty much since I was, 8 or 9 years old. I came out when I was 15 and news got around. I wasn't shy about it, so news got around and it reached my football team, and basically they cut me off. Being 15 is difficult regardless of what you're going through, but with all the things going on, I just decided just to put football to one side, and then kind of picked it back up then in my early 20s, playing for a couple of local sides. And then when I moved to Cardiff, I decided I really want to become involved, and I saw the Dragons online. I found them online and I just literally sent them a message saying, can I just pop down for a training session? And they responded to me the same day and was like, yeah, love to have you. And that was, almost 3 years ago now. And that's kind of the point of where my football is now. Like, I've gone from being scared to play to now embracing everything about playing, and then looking forward to the future as well, to doing more within the game.
If I wasn't involved in women's football, I probably would be, probably still in the 9-year closet, most probably, because football for me, at a very, very young age, gave me everything that I needed to understand that being gay was not only okay, but it was perfectly normal and also great. Like, I spent a lot of my time playing football and being around people that were so open and supportive and visible to me. And I grew up in school where you couldn't talk about it, you weren't allowed to talk about it. My poor mum and dad, they didn't understand anything about it because in their society they weren't allowed to talk about it at all. The only place where I knew in my life that being who I was remotely okay was football.
You want to see someone who's at the top of the game, who is part of that community, but it's going to take an extremely brave person to just, be involved already in professional football and to come out or whatever. So it needs to be looked at in a way that it's not really brave. It should be normal. It should just be like your run of the mill thing that happens. But unfortunately, at the moment, it's not quite not quite there, but like you say, people like me, like the rest of my team, all my teammates with Wales and with Swansea can help towards. And I know myself in the players' world kind of thing, I don't think it would be frowned upon as much as it would maybe fans and exterior things.
Society is a big problem, but the only way you break society is having visibility of their role models and their inspirations, telling them that it's okay and inclusivity is vitally important.
I know I've got fans of me who were part of that community, and that doesn't make them any less of a fan than the people who aren't, you know what I mean? So yeah, the more people we can include and make feel welcome and happy to watch football, listen to football, come play football, coach football, then the better, really, isn't it?
No, for me personally, for the Dragons, becoming more involved in the club, it's just helped me so much as a person with my confidence. And it is because of the fact that when you're in that community and you care about everybody involved, it heightens your experience. It makes you feel proud when you step out on the pitch and you're sharing the pitch with those people. It makes me want to fight a bit harder for them. It makes me want to run that extra bit, or it makes me want to, put in that effort, because I know that everything I'm doing is worth it, and they make me feel like I'm a part of something that is more than just a football club. And I think that is the key thing that has drove my love and my passion for the Dragons, and why I want it to spread as far and wide as possible.
There's a hole in my heart, an area the size of Wales. There's a hole in my heart, an area the size of Wales. Take your wedding ring off, Mary, meet me at the cemetery. I'm gonna mend your broken heart. Under all this egg and dart, there's something you need to know. Should have told you long ago when you and I were parted. Underneath this egg and dart, hole in my heart, an area the size of Wales. There's a hole in my heart, an area the size of Wales.
It's just great. The love of football brings you all together. Your love of your country is even more important and strengthens everything. And you feel you're part of your nation. And you're proud of your nation abroad. Not only what the boys do on the street, but our history. Superb.
But we're all family. We're all family. All Welsh fans. 3, 5, 6,000 of us away. We're all family.
Hello Mary, I feel you need me. Kneel down low and listen clearly. I'm gonna tell you what you need to know. It breaks my heart, but I'm letting you go. So take off that wedding ring I gave you. Let them in, let someone save you from the cold and from the dark, from this endless egg and dart. Hole in my heart, an area the size of Wales. There's a hole in my heart, an area
Croeso nôl and welcome back to Colliers Park as we're just waiting for the second half to get underway here. It's currently Cymru under-21s 1, Republic of Ireland 0 at Joe Adams' goal around the 12th minute mark. Lucy, looking forward to an exciting second half, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. It'd be good to see, in terms of the players, in terms of fitness levels as well, because obviously, as we've said, the conditions have been a bit tougher, but also end of a long week. But they're all playing regularly for their clubs, so I can't see it being too much of a factor in the game. But like you said before, Owain, each team can make up to 6 subs, so I think we will see that. We'll see the 6 subs utilised, but as we said pre-half time, I'd imagine if you're Paul Bodin with the Wales team, you're likely to not make any subs at half time unless you're forced to, and because you 1-0 up, so why change what's working?
It's strength in depth on the Wales bench here as well. Just watching some of them warm up. Sam Bowen recently on the bench for Cardiff's 1-0 win against Swansea City on the weekend. Ruben Colwell was also on the bench. The 18-year-old sort of made his EFL debut as well under Mick McCarthy in the last month. So plenty of options here for Paul Bodin to pick at half time. Yeah,
I mean, like you just said there, some of the players here I haven't seen before. Obviously at Colliers, in the past we have hosted the age group before, but some of the players obviously are new, and for me it's been great to see them as well, and particularly what you were just saying there about Sam Bowen. It'd be great to see them come on, and again that strength in depth.
As Terry Taylor leads his team out here for the second half, can Wales replicate that second half performance and keep hold for the win during this final 45 minutes? And just having a quick look at some of the changes, it does look like Nathan Shepherd will be coming on for his under-21 debut. The Brentford B goalkeeper will be replacing Lewis Webb, and I can't see anyone else being changed at the moment. But let's see what Shepherd has in store for this half, and it'll be interesting to see what pressure the Irish put on him as well.
Yeah, exactly, and that decision might have been a pre-match decision anyway, that each keeper would do a half each. I mean, difficult to comment on Lewis Webb there because he didn't really have much to do, and yeah, the outfield 10, as I kind of said, has stayed the same. So yeah, it'd be good to see some other debutants later in the first half, I would say, and we can just see now with the Irish coming out if there've been any changes there.
It's hard to tell, the Irish coming out of the right hand side of the facility. Obviously Niall Huggins, we were quite close to him in the first half, and he's gone from marking Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to being a threat here at Colliers Park this afternoon.
Exactly, I mean, but as we said before, pitch is looking great, it's playing great. I think I know Dylan, our head of grounds maintenance, is pleased with it, how it's been performing this week as well. So yeah, I mean, obviously I think we're hoping that Niall has a good second half as well. He won't be in front of us obviously this time, but hoping he has a.
We might get to see a bit more of Joe Adams on this half, on the left hand side, the goal scorer, playing well on the flank so far.
And Eddie Jones as well had a really good first half, so he'll be in front of us too.
It doesn't look like there's been any Irish changes. I might stand corrected, but just on a quick glance here, I haven't seen anything from the fourth official either. So the only change is Nathan Shepherd in goal for Wales, making his under-21 debut, replacing the Swansea City goalkeeper Lewis Webb. Final look at the whistle from John Jones, the referee here. So Sean Spence gets the second half underway. Taylor straight into the head of McGuinness, who's been the ever-present centre-back here for the Republic of Ireland. Boys, ball. Eddie Jones couldn't quite collect that. The wind certainly playing a part already in the second half here.
I feel like he had too much time. We heard all the shouts in front of us for time, but he almost had too much time there.
Lee O'Connor, the captain, originally from Waterford, as I mentioned just earlier. As John Afolabi holds it up well, tries to play it in. It's Louis Watson on the edge of the box for Ireland. Back to the captain O'Connor. Cross to Gilbert. Forced back into the Irish half to McGuinness. Plays it further back again to Maher. Omabamidele looking for some options here. Plays it to Luke O'Connell. And that shows the Welsh press really how quickly the Irish went from being quite far up the right hand side to being forced back to their keeper there.
I was just about to say that great pressure from Wales, forcing the Irish all the way back to Maher. But again, that press and that energy was what we saw, in the first half, and we started the second half as we finished that first half.
So look to play it out wide, but good clearing head by Finn Stevens there, and away from Will Ferry's possession. So Cornwall plays it back. Ireland just trying to find some space in this Welsh shape here. If you are watching, we've got around 3,000 of you on the stream at the moment, which is great to see. So send us a comment where you're watching from and what you think of the game so far, and we'll try and read some of them out as the second half goes on here in Colliers Park.
Oh, and you've obviously been with some of the players through quite a few of the age groups. It must be nice for you to see their development as well.
Yeah, it's been quite an exciting time, and a lot of these, we said earlier, they were a bit unfortunate with various tournaments being cancelled, obviously rightly so because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But yeah, it is great to see Morgan Boys here, played alongside Nico Williams in the age groups for years, who's played against Belgium on Wednesday evening. So it's a very exciting time for Welsh football across all the age groups in both the male and female game, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously the women's manager appointment as well. So that's
there's a bit of a chance there for the Republic of Ireland, but couldn't quite find Afolabi, and the referee's blown up for the free kick there on Jepcott, much to McGuinness's frustration. But yeah, going back to the women's match, Gemma Granger's a week today. She was appointed, and straight into a big test the fortnight today. They'll be facing Canada and then facing Denmark on the 13th. So 2 matches against teams ranked in the top 15 of the women's game. So exciting challenge for Granger and her set of players. But they'll be looking forward to it. The squad's been announced next Wednesday, and the matches will be live online with the BBC Sport website and iPlayer. So I'm sure football fans in Wales will eagerly tune into those games, as well as the upcoming age group matches and the men's matches we've got coming up in the next 4 or 5 days here.
I think it's really good that she's been clear, the focus is that World Cup qualification. Obviously, like you said, big matches coming up and tough challenges, but I suppose it's like with anything, each match is its own challenge, isn't it? And it'll be a good test for them, and also it'd be good to see how her philosophy is instilled into the team as well, and the way they play.
Yeah, and what better test, to try out Canada and Denmark. I mean, the aim is to reach a major tournament. She's mentioned that in several interviews, so hopefully we'll see that come to abundance over the next 4 years or so then. Ireland still looking to break down Wales here, but really struggling to get the ball up the pitch as Joe Arthur's pressurises Leo Corner, the Irish captain, and forces it back to McGuinness, the centre back, yet again. He's got the ball played on the right hand side here by the Republic of Ireland. Watson trying to dictate play in the centre park for them, but really struggling with Ryan Stirk and Terry Taylor piling on the pressure there. But Cornell plays it out wide, a good ball there to Will Ferry. Ferry knocks it in. It's a bit of space there for Alex Gilbert, but couldn't quite get the ball in. Nathan Shepherd getting one of his first touches in an under-21s international match. Sass Davis, formerly captain the under-19 sides, also his debut, but it's been quite a solid sort of defensive effort so far from Sass Davis and his centre-back partner Morgan Boys.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like you said, Wales have just looked solid throughout, and again, without knowing who the debutants were, I wouldn't know either, which is obviously a huge positive as well, and credit to the players. But all have looked really calm, comfortable on the ball, confident. So I think it's, like you said, been really positive so far for the Wales team.
On about Nathan Shepherd's debut there as well. David and Lynn Middle from Pennegraig in the rond there. Congratulating Nathan on his debut. As Gilbert looks to attack, plays it out wide to a corner, cuts it back in, plays with teammate Gilbert. Some quick play here by the Irish. It's Noss trying to find Gilbert again, but it's eventually cleared away there by Eddie Jones. The ball goes back to Maher. Bill Gray also watching the game from Peterhead in the northeast of Scotland. So the Irish, interestingly managed by head coach Jim Crawford. On the bench with him is the assistant coach, is John O'Shea, the former Manchester United centre-back and Champions League winner. Also a great Republic of Ireland playing career as well for him.
Yeah, exactly. And as a United fan myself, watched John O'Shea a lot over the years, and it's been nice to see him here at the facility all week. And yeah, you know, it's must be great for Ireland to have him involved as well within the setup.
I think that's something that's sort of quite a driving force. You see ex-international taking a step up, and you've got the likes of Paul Bodin, Rob Edwards and Matty Jones in managing some of the age group sides. It's exciting future for the coaches as well as the players and the world setup.
Well, it's invaluable experience as well, isn't it? They're talking firsthand from having represented Wales themselves. So I think it's I think it's fantastic when players do go into management or into coaching or as part of the backroom staff as well.
The ball goes out on the left hand side for Ireland. Once again forced back to the centre backs as they look to set their shape for another attack. Corner looking out wide, great little ball there to Louis Watson. Watson got a bit of space, but he's tracked down quickly by Ryan Stirk. Ball eventually leads into corner Noss. Noss ends up with Luke O'Connell, and he tries to find, I think there's Will Ferry on that left hand side, but couldn't find that killer ball in the end there.
Wales are just forcing Ireland to try different well, not different balls as such, but forcing early balls or balls that aren't necessarily on or over hitting them just because of the pressure. Wales have been so.
That's the thing in a game of few chances. You know, it's key that being patient and that build-up play. You've got to just be steady with it, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
So Wales on the attack here. It's a half chance, and it's a deflected cross in there from Niall Huggins and cleaned up by Brian Maher. McGuinness feels like there's no way through at moments here, and credit to the solid shape of Wales, led by Terry Taylor in the centre of the park. So if you are watching and wondering what's next on the Wales calendar, obviously the senior men's side are playing Mexico at 8 o'clock tomorrow in the Cardiff City Stadium. But we'll be back on Monday with another live stream as the Wales under 18 side play for the first time in 20 years as they'll take on a big, very challenging match against England They'll be on the Facebook and YouTube page again with 12 o'clock kickoff, and coverage starting at around 11:45 from Leckwith Stadium in Cardiff. Stirk plays it out wide to Terry Taylor, his centre midfield partner. Long ball by Taylor, but McGuinness in control of that and leaves it for his captain, Lee O'Connor. Stirk eventually cleans up that long ball from O'Connor.
We've seen some great diagonal balls today. Another one there from Stirk, out. I think it was out to Finn Stevens, wasn't it? We've seen some. I think because of where we're positioned, we're actually in a great place to see.
Yeah. Ryan Stirk is Birmingham City centre midfielder. Also a Victory Shield winner when the likes of Ethan Ampadu and Dylan Levitt claimed that trophy back. I think that squad was around 2016, I believe, but feel free to correct me wrong in the comments if I'm a year or two out there.
Well, when we hosted the Victory Shield here, Wales were joint winners, and I have been informed it was. I did say it was my memory mind block earlier. In the UEFA Development Tournament, we also hosted Malta and Cyprus as well. So
it's a chance here. So calling the captain just straight into the arms of Shepherd, and
that was a great ball through there from Louis Watson.
Yeah, that's sort of first real chance Ireland have had in this half, certainly, and O'Connor perhaps he didn't quite know what to do with his options, whether to shoot or play it across the goal, and probably did a bit more fizz in that shot, really.
Yeah, and quite an easy save for Shepherd in the end. I don't think O'Connor, like you said, I don't think he perhaps realised how much space or time he had, and actually it was actually a really good chance, and should have done better with that shot. But there were calls for offside in front of us, but O'Connor wasn't. He'd done really well to run in and beat the offside trap.
And Stirk plays another ball across the park to Eddie Jones. Jones, he's got Joe Adams just in front of him. He finds Luke Jepcott and couldn't quite get his body in line there. A bit of pressure from Omabamidele, who's in possession right now, and across to Guinness. Plays it back. So we're just edging to the hour mark here in Colliers Park. It's Wales 1, Republic of Ireland 0. An early goal from the winger Joe Adams. I think we could expect some changes, and randomly out of the blue here we're getting a lot of hailstones in Wrexham.
Oh. I don't think this was in the forecast.
So you probably can't see it on the camera at the moment, but even though the sun's out, in typical Welsh climate, hailstones are really battering us at the moment, yeah. Is it normally like this up in North Wales, Lucy?
Dylan's walking past our head of grounds. Yeah, it is very unpredictable weather, and also, there's no point looking at the weather forecast. It's never it doesn't seem to be accurate.
It's Huggins on the right hand side, but he's been dispossessed. I think it's Will Ferry, and he's driving forward on the left hand side. Knocks the ball past a great clearing header by Billy Sass-Davis to stop the threat, but Ireland still in possession here. Conor Noss gets it back to Ferry eventually, and it goes out for a whiz. That's a great clearing header by Sass-Davis. I mean, ball was sort of going against him a bit, and he held his body shape quite well.
Yeah, he really did, because like you said, it was a really good ball in, and also he almost had to change momentum, almost head the ball away, but his body was still going towards the goal and towards the touchline. So yeah, you're right, it was a really good clearing header. That was a good break down that left hand side for Ireland as well.
Yeah, and it's going back to O'Connell, and I think Louis Watson, you can definitely tell when he's in that final third, he is quite a threat for the Irish here.
Yeah, there's been some creativity, isn't there, through Louis Watson, and that ball through to O'Connor not too long ago, and Ireland's best chance of the game by a mile.
Shepherd. It's given a bit of time for Wales to reset here. They've been probably under more pressure the last few minutes than they have all game, but so far they've dealt with it well. Taylor back to Shepherd. So what we're going to see as well, the players being calm in possession, not doing anything too silly with it, but certainly in control of the ball. It looks like there could be 3 changes on the cards here for Wales as well. Sorry, 2 changes, apologies, on the cards here for Wales. And Sam Pearson, the Bristol City winger, recently had his championship debut coming on, and under 21s debut for Christian Norton as well, the Stoke City striker. Also had his Stoke City debut last week in the championship, so could be 2 good threats here, a wing and a striker coming on. It'll be interesting to see how they adapt to the game.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see as well if it's like for like, or I mean, I would highly doubt it would be a change in formation, so I assume it will be like for like, but it's positive changes, even at 1-0 up, you know, bringing on a winger and a striker. Sometimes you do see managers bringing on, you know, a defensive mid and trying to, you know, play out for the draw.
Ferry looks to go forward, he's inside. Great tackle by Stoke. Spence looks up, he's in possession. He's got a bit of space here on the right hand side. Spence can't find quite a teammate. What can he do on his own here? Gets dispossessed there down the right hand side near the corner flag, and Ireland look to play the ball out their own box. Here he is again, Louis Watson plays it out wide to his captain O'Connor. Yeah, I think it might be a bit of a like for like change here for the Welsh. Potentially Luke Jepcott and Joe Adams coming off. Had quite a bit of game time for their clubs the last few weeks, and some key games coming up for Plymouth Argyle and Grimsby. So you know, Bodin's got quite a few things to factor in mind when he's making these changes.
So you're right there, Owain Jepcott going off for Christian Norton. See if you get the other one right, Joe Adam.
We'll see now. Is it 2 out of 2? Christian Norton here, the Stoke City striker, making his under-21 debut. He's played a key part in the last 2 under-19 tournaments for Wales. He actually scored the winner against top seed Sweden in November 2018 when they qualified for the elite round back then. A number of the players he's on the pitch with did that, and it was Joe Adams coming off, and Sam Pearson, the Bristol City winger originally from Cardiff, who's come on for the Grimsby Town winger and the goal scorer today. Going back to that goal, Lucy, as well, is a great first time finish by Adams. He really took the chance, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. Really good finish.
That's a heavy challenge there on.
I think it was Spence who
on
went
Sean
off.
Spence, and
that's Adams now who's down.
Oh, Sean Spence came off, did
Yes,
he? Apologies for that, everyone. Same hair colour. And it is the second booking of the match here for the Irish. It's Olmo Bamadelli. Joe Adams, good to see him back on his feet there as well.
Was a strong challenge, wasn't it?
Talking about Sean Spence, you know, he's been quite sort of busy this match. Couldn't quite get the space in the middle of the park, but he was looking for space out wide at the same time. You know, he managed to adapt his play when he realised, you know, chances are few and far between down the centre today.
Yeah, I think as a striker, it's probably one of those more difficult games when, particularly if you know the game is going to be played quite a lot across, you know, out wide and utilising the players there. So really, you know, as you said, the chances are going to be few and far between. So it's just where mentally you've got to be switched on as a striker or that attacking midfielder for when those chances do come.
It's Norton on the attack here for Wales. Norton, can he find some space? Eventually dispossessed by Hamdan Belly, and there's a good foot in there by the Republic of Ireland defender. Could have been a big chance for Norton, but they look to get the ball out of their box. It's Sass Davis, and straight on the face of Terry Taylor, and I think we're going to need to pause in play there. I think the one word to describe that is a bit of a thwack, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the bullet header. I mean, yeah, that was contact, you know, not far away at all as well. So the Sass Davis header, you know, straight in, I think in the face rather than back of the head as well. So
hopefully it'll be okay. Just a quick check on the captain Terry Taylor here. So yeah, we'll have a quick look at the comments. So Josh Jones asking who's the number 4 for Wales. He looks tidy, so that's the Birmingham City midfielder Ryan Stirk. So Chris Haney wishing the boys in green well. He's watching from Braco Wicklow in Ireland, his hometown, and his club is Bray Wanderers FC. We have a Michael Lindsay as well, watching from Portland, Oregon in the USA.
Wow,
so
amazing.
Proud da Michael, and as you say, onwards Wales. So
Be Borodar in Oregon.
yeah, we Borodar there now. It's pronounced da here, but Borodar over there. And it's good to see the amount of fans watching here today. We have around just under 3,000 at the moment across both streams, so so welcome, and we hope you're enjoying the coverage as Terry Taylor takes some time, and obviously the correct medical checks taking place to make sure he's okay after that quite a heavy ball to the head, doesn't it? There's no other way to describe that, really.
I'd imagine it's like getting, when you get winded, but like winded to the head because of the sheer force of that header.
Very apt description of that incident there. Now, as we mentioned earlier, it's 6 subs are allowed for each side in the match. Wales already done 3, so it'll be interesting to see if any other players get an opportunity. But the boys are playing well so far here, definitely, it's fair to say.
Yeah, they are, and I think Paul Bodin will be pleased with what he's seen, and coped really well in this challenge and this test.
Some nice first touch pass in there around the back between Sass Davis, Stevens and Terry Taylor. Good to see him back on the pitch again now. So Sass Davis looks to play forward. It's another one on his under-21s debut, Finn Stevens. He's originally from Brighton, but his grandfather's from Cardiff, as Huggins drives it forward. Finds Norton, who's been forced out wide to the right-hand side. Norton brings it in, drives a long ball in, and eventually ends up at the feet of Eddie Jones, the full-back on the left-hand side. Back to Ryan Stirk. Stirk looking at his options. Back to Pearson, the left winger, to Jones, and back to Terry Taylor. Switch of play to Sass Davis. And that's where they're comfortable, Lucy, isn't it? They go down one side, perhaps there's not an option, and straight away they find a chance on the opposite side. There's Finn Stevens muscled off the ball, and it goes out for an Ireland goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, just going back to Huggins, as soon as he got the ball and cut inside, you could clearly see kind of a change in pace and just how easily he almost glided past a couple of players then to get that ball out to Norton. Shame it was overhit a bit, but like you said, Wales not panicking, resetting ball along the back again, and then trying to go down that right hand side, but not panicking and looking, as we've said all the way through, settled into the match and confident with the ball at their feet.
Just a pause in play here. There's a couple of changes for Ireland. It's number 14 Alice Gilbert making way, and coming on in his place is number 7 Gavin Kilkenny. Be interesting to see what Kilkenny can offer his side now with just over 20 minutes left to go here at Colliers Park. So, ball's played out the back by Omabamidele. I think it's fair to say the wind's still up and down here, and it could be a factor for these closing stages.
Yeah, definitely. It's very almost swirly, a bit unpredictable, but see a bit of a rain cloud in the distance, which hopefully misses us.
And Eddie Jones got this as Kilkenny introduces himself to the game. Plays it back to O'Connor. Corner, cross to Noss. Back to Kilkenny, finds Watson. Watson at the edge of the box, he's got a chance. That's a great clearance by Sassy. It's only as far as the number 7 is Kilkenny again. It's eventually taken away by John Adams, tries to drill it forward, but only gets as far as Cornell, and it's a bit of a threat by Ireland, and unfortunately for them that threat is eventually stopped by the referee.
Wales did really well defending that as well, because it was a really good ball into the box, and Ireland are playing better in the second half and asking more questions of Wales, definitely.
And it's O'Connor, the captain, whips in the ball, but it's well cleared by Morgan Boys there. Liverpool playing centre back today, but it's also known for playing in the full back role. It's Noss looks up to Watson trying to drive it forward here, but forced back to Cornell plays it out wide, and it's a good header by Stevens, and another substitute here is Tariq Wright, and Watson takes the shot, but it's eventually a comfortable save for Nathan Shepherd. So it's been 2 changes on the flanks then by the Republic of Ireland, and it'll be interesting to see obviously Tariq Wright coming on. Looks like that would have been instead of Will Ferry coming off, as well as number 14 Alice Gilbert. And, be good to see what they can offer for the Irish attack then.
Yeah, and one positive for the Republic of Ireland is the fact that they are testing the Wales goalkeeper now, Nathan Shepherd, but obviously first half, as we said, Lewis wasn't really tested, but yeah, again, the couple of shots that have come in have been comfortable saves, but at least Shepherd's now having to make saves, whereas first half Lewis wasn't. So, but like you said, Owain, it is going to be interesting to see the players that have, the changes that Ireland have made, and the difference that they can make to this Irish side.
It's a breaking play, and there's more substitutions, and it's Terry Taylor that's made way, and it's Sam Bowen, the Cardiff City midfielder, on the pitch with Ryan Stake taking the captain's armband. It's Norton trying to take it through. Stake straight away, and he's just missed the far post there. Ryan Stake, you don't see him attack that often. He's normally a holding midfielder, and he came incredibly close there to doubling Wales' lead.
Oh, what a great move in general, and a nice one-touch football, and Stirk. I'm not sure if his left foot's his preferred foot, but yeah, I mean, from our angle, you think it's going in, but obviously the angle we're at until it actually goes past
that's how
the
you
goal.
lead on the pitch, isn't it? You get the captain's armband, and within 10 seconds you're driving your side forwards, and you create a chance like that.
Yeah, that would have, for me, that would have been almost, would have seen the game off. I wouldn't have seen Ireland coming back to score 3. Or even 2 at this stage, to be honest. I mean, commentators curse, obviously, but yeah, what a great, like you said, Owain, captain's armband, and then scoring within seconds.
And it is a substitute for the Republic of Ireland. It looks like the end of the match for the attack midfielder Louis Watson. Being forced off with looks like an injury to his leg.
That's a shame, because I thought Watson had a decent game and was more of the creative options for Ireland, so it's a shame for him.
And coming on for Watson is the number 22, Conor Grant, and it looks like he'll just be quite a like-for-like substitution. No obvious change of shape from the Irish for the closing 15 minutes or so. Kilkenny. He's been looking for the ball since he came on the first minute. It's a handball there by Joe Adams. He looked like a bit of a sting on his hand, but Ireland take it quick. The ball across to a corner. Tries to dink it over Eddie Jones, but it's dealt with by Boys to Pearson. Pearson hounded by the Irish there, but it's cleared down the park by Jones as Corner looks to slow down the play, and he forces a challenge on the foul from Ryan Stake. So definitely the temperature's definitely dropped a few degrees here in the last 5 minutes as well.
Yeah, definitely. Jogging on the spot gets some warmth.
A chance here for Tariq Wright, but eventually lands on the feet of Sass Davis. He's a confident touch there away from Grant, and he piles it down the pitch. Just give a bit of breathing space for Wales again?
I have been very impressed with Wales's back four in particular, you know, especially Sass Davis and Boys, just how confident they are and just how, you know, just how calm and yeah, there've been a few times, you know, some of their passes in particular, and I suppose it is the modern centre half now, isn't it? You want a footballing centre half, whereas in the past it would be a bit of a long ball, physical.
And it's number 8 here, Connor Noss on the right hand side, gets it through Pearson. It's a chance for Noss to drive forward. Noss gets it in, and it's a goal for Ireland, and they equalise through Jonathan Afolabi. Similar style to how Wales took the lead in the first half. He was down the right hand side. He was great footwork by Connor Noss, and Afolabi makes it 1-1 on the 75 minutes mark.
That was definitely a commentator's curse, but no, I mean that was a great move again in front of us, and great ball in there by O'Connor. So I mean, Ireland have tested, you know, have been pushing, and you could almost sense it may come, but I still think the back four have still, you know, had a really good game.
And it's definitely credit to the Irish as well to concede the early goal, but it's been since then it's been quite an even match. You know, both sides have had a couple of chances, and you know, another goal could have gone either way, and it's an exciting closing 15 minutes now.
Yeah, exactly. It might make it, well, not feistier as such, but you know, interesting to see if both teams go to win.
And that's the thing. Now let's see how Paul Bodin side reacts to this, as Morgan Boys looking for some options up top, and that can only be described as unusual. As pass back from Morgan Boys, a bit of miscommunication in the back there, and all of a sudden the Irish are 2-1 up.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't commentate anymore. Within 2 minutes of me saying, I'm not sure. I think Shepard was getting a drink, wasn't he? And Boys hasn't realised. And to be fair, the wind has carried it a bit, but I do. That's very harsh on Wales, you know, because again the back four until these last 2 minutes had a really good game and had been solid, and
that can only be described as a freak goal. That is
yeah.
And all of a sudden, in the space of 3-4 minutes, the Republic of Ireland are 2-1 up here.
Unbelievable, really. Beauty of sport, I guess. Well, it's time to see, I suppose, what Wales are made of now.
And this is going to be a big push from Wales here for the final 30 minutes. And it's Sam Bowen driving the side forward, winning the free kick from Connor Noss. That last one has been a blur.
I'm going to save any form of critique.
Here we go.
Maybe I'll say how well the Irish back four are doing. just to level and balance.
Let's see how we react here then. It's Joe Adams with a free kick around 30 yards out. He's got the numbers in the box. He's got the height of Billy Sass Davis. What can players like him and Morgan Boys offer here now? Adams weighing up his options. Dinks it in, but it's cleared away by Tyriek Wright. Right on the counter now for the Irish. Right, it's dispossessed well there by Eddie Jones. That's a great challenge there. Wales could have been in some right trouble.
Yeah, really, another really good tackle there from Eddie Jones. And if that had been slightly mistimed, well, it definitely would have been a booking.
Joe Adams trying to drive Wales forward from his own half, but dispossessed, and it's a counter attack for Ireland here, started by Conor Grant. Grant is whipped into Afolabi, and that's a great chance, and he just hits it wide of his near post, and the Irish they've turned the gears up a bit here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the difference since that second goal, you know, far more almost punch and creativity there from Ireland, and that was a good chance too. Really good chance.
Pearson, and it's a bit unfortunate there, a corner to give away the free kick, and it's It's another sub for Wales here, and it's an under-21s debut, and this time it's Ruben Colwell. So the boy from Neath went to a Silverera school. He's a Welsh speaker, and he's making way, coming on for Joe Adams, the goal scorer, making way here. So could be a big presence here. He's one of the tallest players in the Wales squad, Colwell. As Jones takes a free kick to Boys. Boys looking for his options. He has played well, Joe Adams, as well, hasn't he? You know, he's been up and down those flanks. He's really been looking for the ball as well.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I think a lot of the players of Welsh players have played well, and the scoreline, you know, is a bit harsh, but no, he has had a good game, and obviously we'll be pleased with a goal.
So, Jones
as you
back
said
to
before,
Boys.
very good finish.
Yeah, it's a well taken finish there, and won't mind seeing another one of those in the next 10 minutes as we enter some of the closing parts of the match here. So, Maher slowing down the play and giving his teammates a chance to reset. Don't forget to join us again on Monday at midday when the Wales under-18 side return for the first match in over 20 years. We'll be live again, and they'll be taking on England at the Lecco Stadium in Cardiff. Rob Edwards managing that side. And, some interesting names there, the likes of Charlie Savage and Lewis Twamley, all part of that squad. So it'll be good to see what the future of Welsh football has to offer. Ball's in play here, just on the edge of the Welsh box, and O'Connor trying to drive it forward, but Boys dispossesses strongly. Bowen calmly and collectively plays the ball out to Pearson, and Colwell on his first attack of the game. So winger strikes on, and he's taken out there by Luke O'Connell, and I think the referee's got to have a word. It's the third booking of the match for the Irish, and I think that was the only way to stop Colwell there, really, and it's a bit unsporting, but it's a Welsh free kick as a result.
Yeah, like you said, a bit unsporting. I mean, I don't think there was any thought or attempt to play the ball, but like you said, it was the only way really to stop Ruben Colwell, and I've seen those given as reds, to be honest, and if it wasn't a friendly, we may have seen that, but free kick for Wales.
Bowen knocks it in, only as far as the corner, the captain. Stevens plays it out wide to Huggins. What can he do here? The Leeds United winger. Still in possession, forced back to Stevens. Stevens unfortunate there with the ball to Norton. Eventually ends back with the Irish keepers, forced to boot it down the park to Jones. Bowen once again calmly in possession of the ball there. Comfortable on the ball, isn't he, Sam Bowen? Lucy, it's been quite obvious since he's come on.
Yeah, definitely, and again, similar to everyone else, very good debuts.
Pearson there couldn't quite get that final ball in from the left-hand side. Ball eventually ends back with Wales, and big 7 minutes here coming up. Can we find an equaliser? And it's the free kick. I'm not sure which way the ref's blown here. You've got the two players down.
I think he's blown free kick to Ireland, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it is a free kick to Ireland, and to wait for the physios to come on as well. Booking for the captain Ryan Stirk. Big 5 minutes here, and it's another substitution for Republic of Ireland, and it's the goal scorer John Afolabi coming off, and he's being replaced by Varian Ethan. Apologies for any mispronunciations in the name there for Varian, if there is.
I thought Afolabi actually had a very good second half. I thought he was quite quiet in the first half, but I thought he had a good second half. Really, very physical nature and
yeah, and he certainly deserved his goal as well. He was constantly looking for the ball, trying to create those chances, but
and could have had a second as well.
Wales stuck in this far corner at the moment. Let's see if they can get this one out and create a chance or two before the final whistle. Thrown in, Colwell with a header. Kept in play, but it's a knock on the head there for the number 21, Ethan. It's an introduction to the match, isn't it?
yeah, very much so. He almost did a somersault here in front of us. I think he landed on his neck. It seems to be okay.
Bit of a bounce ball situation here. And that's a bit of a cheeky one from the Irish. I won't say much more than that. O'Connor plays it back to Noss. Maha to Bamideli.
Oh, we've had all the seasons, we've now got rain.
Got now rain and wind here at Crestwood. And Wales trying to get the ball back into play quickly here. Can they get it up the pitch in these closing minutes? Sass Davis to Morgan Boys. Yes, it's been a game of seasons here at Colliers Park, but we've been quite unfortunate to be 2-1 down. It's been a very even affair, chances for both sides, and but on the whole it's been quite an exciting match as well to watch.
Yeah, it has, definitely, and up until I think it was around the 75th minute when the first Irish goal came. I think Wales were looking really good, and Ireland did deserve their goal. They pushed and had some chances before, half chances really before that, but then, as we said, that second goal, bit of a freak miscommunication between I think it was Boys and Shepherd, and since then, I guess it has unnerved the Welsh players a little bit, look a little bit more unsettled, and I guess it is that pressure now of trying to chase a goal rather than being 1-0 up and feeling more comfortable.
But Wales on the attack, it's Colwell on the right hand side. Can he get the ball back? No, he can't quite get there. Ireland back in possession, but it goes out for the Irish throw on that far side. Looking at the fourth officials board, we could be getting 5 minutes of additional time. It's a great chance maybe for Wales. So, if we can get one more chance, try and find an equaliser here, just to finish the match on a high. 'Cause on the whole, it has been a good performance.
Yeah, it has, and I think there's lots of positives that Paul Bodin will take away from this game, particularly heading into the qualifiers in June. And also, what I think's been pleasing as well is seeing the strength in depth as well, because even once the subs have come on, it's for me they've all slotted into their positions really well, and even the debutants, I think there's just lots of positives.
There you go, 4 minutes there. There's a chance. Knocked away from Bamideli, but It's a Wales corner. It's Ruben Colwell again. I mean, since he's come on, I think he's been looking for the ball. He's been driving them forward, really sort of trying to create the chances the 18-year-old has.
It's a bit of that almost Kiefer Moore style, big target player, and just generally almost being a not difficult, but a nuisance and bit of a handful for defenders.
Ball's knocked in, cleared away on Huggins to Pearson. Pearson knocks it in. There's a chance here for Wales, and it's eventually cleared away, but Sam Bowen tries to win it back for Wales, but Kilkenny does well there, and it's eventually an Irish free kick. 4 minutes left here at Colliers Park. Can Wales get an opportunity? Maher plays it down the field and goes straight out for a goal kick there. So, Shepherd looks to speed things up to Sass Davis. Cross to Boys. Boys trying to eye up his options up the park, but he's forced across to Sass Davis again. The back four have stayed on for the duration of the game and trying to get the ball back from right there, but eventually ends back in the possession of Boys. Just over 3 minutes to go here at Colliers Park, and that ball to Niall Huggins is a good idea, just a bit too much power on it there.
And difference from the first half, those diagonal balls were coming off. We
that's
haven't seen that as much in the second half either, and it's a shame because that was so successful.
Yeah, and that's the thing, when you've got to try these chances, and when they work brilliantly. So it's good to see the positive play from up the back there. Shepherd just the opposite end, feels a million miles away from there right now, but let's see if we can get there in the next 2.5 minutes. Don't forget to tune in again to us on midday on Monday with the under-18s taking on England, and obviously remember to support the national senior team when they take on Mexico tomorrow night and the Czech Republic on Tuesday. So Huggins driving forward here. Oof. And that's a heavy charge in the middle of the park, but Bowen sprays it across the pitch beautifully to Sam Pearson. Pearson in the attack on the left hand side. Can he find a chance here? Pearson knocks it in. It's a corner kick for Wales again. What can they do in these final stages? They got the ball where they need it. Can they make the set piece count? So Pearson rushes over to take the corner. Knocks it in. Pearson, it's a chance. Sassis couldn't quite get the connection. It's a free kick to the Irish. There's strong defending there. I think he might have been McGuinness with the clearance, and he has been an ever-present centre back there. Strong performance, not just in the air, but he's good to the ball in his feet as well, isn't he?
Yeah, McGuinness has had a really good game, and Omar Ahmed Ali, both that centre half pairing have been really solid for the Irish, and almost similar makeups to Sass Davis and Boys in terms of that physical aspect, and overall they've had a solid game as well. I should have said that though at the 70th minute, shouldn't I?
Just nearing the final stages of the match here. And it's full time at Colliers Park, and very unlucky result for Wales, but well deserved for the Irish as well. I mean, both teams are very even throughout. There's end-to-end match, chances either side. The early goal from Joe Adams gave Wales the lead, and then crazy 5 minutes for can't be described in any other way basically, but a well taken finish by John Afalobi and an own goal gave the Irish the lead. They held on towards the end, and that makes it Wales 2, Republic of Ireland 1. Now, thanks everyone for joining us today. We'll be back again Monday with a stream as we look ahead to Wales under 18s against England under 18s. And just for a closing comment, Lucy, what did you make of that performance today?
It was almost a game of two halves, really, wasn't it, Owain? You know, Wales having the slight edge, I would say, in that first half, and then Ireland coming out, you know, not revived as such, but definitely a better second half for the Irish. And you know, you can see the first goal come in, and then an unfortunate mistake at the back. And but I think, you know, Paul Bodin will be pleased as well in terms of what he's seen. And it's been an exciting game here at Colliers Park. So I think overall, probably a draw might have been a fair result with obviously a little bit of a free goal there. But I think, you know, credit to the Irish, and they stuck with it and you know, really improved in that second half.
And yeah, that's the thing. I think performance is one of the main elements you look for these matches. I'm sure Paul Bodin and the rest of the coaching staff involved will be plenty of positives to take from that today. And look ahead to the next match for the under-21s. We're playing against Moldova at home. The venue's yet to be announced on Friday, June the 4th. So hopefully we'll see you all back here then for the stream, and also for the under-18s match on Monday. So thanks to everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you all soon.